360 Dickinson graduates and on their successful matriculation through high school. You have reached the point you've all waited for, where you have adorned your caps and gowns and you are sitting here before your families to receive the final proverbial nod from your soon-to-be alma mater as you venture into the world to pursue your own dreams and ambitions. Yes, you have made it, but before we, as my grandmother used to say, turn you loose, I would like to take a few moments to encourage you as you enter this race called life. In many ways, we share several commonalities. I joined the Dickinson team in May 2014. You entered our doors as freshmen in September 2014. In essence, you are my first class, and together we have shared many firsts. Although you didn't plan it, in October 2014, your class experienced the first homecoming dance that Dickinson had experienced for many years. That same year, you attended a pep rally that had once been eliminated from our school culture, and your class was part of reinstating this tradition of Spirit Weeks and reinstating multiple club offerings at Dickinson. I provided a platform for you to speak your truths and to make your requests known. Many of you took me at my word and began to see things that you wanted to become part of our culture. You trusted me, and I in turn trusted you. As time progressed, several of you learned that the principle wasn't that bad, and you began to request everything that you can think of, knowing that most of it was impossible. I'm glad you did that because it let me know that you didn't mind testing the waters, but it allowed you to know that you could have an audience at any time. As we fast forward, several of you sitting here worked with me to organize this year's homecoming dance, and we cleverly titled A Black and Gold Affair. Although the student advisory consists of members from each class, the seniors within this room worked very hard to ensure that the entire student body had a homecoming dance they could remember. We had many good ideas after homecoming, but let's be honest, your senior year became more hectic, and I actually do more around here than playing dances and meet with students so we can laugh at and with each other, because we did that in the student advisory. I will admit, meeting with many of you and speaking with you in general were the highlight of my year, and I will miss it. And I always keep my promise, so I promised that I would do this, and before I forget, Calissa, peace. If I had but one piece of advice for you, I would encourage you to listen more to your inner voice that corrects you when you're wrong, encourage you whenever you feel a little down, and cheers you on when you have achieved a goal. It is that small inner voice that guides us towards the right decisions and the perfect timing needed to see our dreams become reality. Am I suggesting that you not listen to the advice of others? Absolutely not. I am, however, asking you to listen more to what you want in life and to pursue those dreams and to embrace those passions. Now is the time to really consider where you would like to go in life and to determine how to bring those things from your mind into reality. I encourage you to allow your words to reflect your integrity, because your integrity will open doors when a degree fails to afford you an interview or an opportunity. Speak well of others at all times, because someone is always listening, and you never know who knows whom within this small circle we call life. Allow your words to encourage and to not kill, because a little encouragement can bring blue skies to the darkest hour within someone's reality. Finally, be kind-hearted, because exhibiting kindness provides opportunities for others to see you for who you really are, regardless of those times when you mess up, because hey, you're human and you will mess up. In closing, allow me to share a parable that I heard once that has stuck with me ever since. I wish I could say that I found this parable while mulling over what to say to you, but I can't. I can say, however, that when I revisited this parable, it spoke everything I wish to share with you today, and for that reason I am sharing with you now. Please listen to the message and take it with you as you soon exit our doors as accomplished scholars. The Parable of Two Frogs by an unknown author. A group of frogs were hopping contentedly through the woods, going about their froggy business, when two of them fell into a deep pit. All of the other frogs gathered around the pit to see what can be done to help their companions. When they saw how deep the pit was, they agreed that it was hopeless and told the two frogs in the pit that they should prepare themselves for their fate because they were as good as dead. Unwilling to accept this terrible fate, the two frogs began to jump with all of their might. Some of the frogs shouted into the pit that it was hopeless and that the two frogs shouldn't be in that situation if they had been more careful, more obedient to the froggy rules, and more responsible. I know you've heard that, right? The other frogs continued sorrowfully shouting that they should save their energy and give up, since they were already as good as dead. The two frogs continued jumping with all their might, and after several hours of this were quite weary. Finally, one of the frogs took heed to the calls of his fellow frogs. Exhausted, he quietly resolved himself to his fate, lay down at the bottom of the pit, and he died. The other frog continued to jump as hard as he could, although his body was racked with pain and he was quite exhausted. Once again, his companions, no, his friends, they began yelling for him to accept his fate, stop the pain, and just die. The weary frog jumped harder and harder, and wonders of wonders, he finally leaped so high that he sprang from the pit. Amazed, the other frogs celebrated his freedom and then gathered around him saying, "Why did you continue jumping when we told you it was impossible?" The astonished frog explained to them that he was deaf, and as he saw their gestures and shouting, he thought they were cheering him on. What he perceived as encouragement inspired him to try harder and to succeed against all odds. This simple story contains a powerful lesson. The book of Proverbs says that there's death and life in the power of the tongue. Your encouraging words can lift someone up and help them make it through the day. Your destructive words can cause deep wounds that may be the weapons that destroy someone's desire to continue trying or even their life. Your destructive, careless words can diminish someone in the eyes of others, destroy their influence, and have a lasting impact on the way others responded. Be careful with your space. Speak life to and about those who cross your path. There is enormous power in your words. If you have words of kindness, praise, or encouragement, speak them now to and about others. Listen to your heart and respond. So my fellow graduates, as we related to the parable of the frogs, we can all learn a lesson from those two frogs. So I encourage you that when people around you say that you can't achieve your dreams, keep jumping. Don't allow your circumstances to determine your outcome. Regardless of how it looks or how it feels, even when everything around you says you can't make it and that you won't succeed, I challenge each of you to never give up and to always keep jumping. I promise you, the more you jump, the greater your chances will be at coming out of the dead-end situation, and you will show everyone that has doubted you that you are an overcomer and you were not there to die. You are able to achieve more than anyone, even more than you had thought, and that you will not die in a dead-end situation created by others, but you will achieve by any means necessary. So be encouraged, the class of 2018. You have but one life. Live it well and live it for yourselves, and whatever you do, don't ever stop jumping. Congratulations. Would the class of 2018 please stand? Come on, let's cheer. The class of 2018. And I read the certification. It is a pleasure to present to you the class of 2018. Pending final verifications that all requirements of the state of New Jersey and New Jersey City Public School District have been met, I recommend them to you for receipt of their diplomas. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me to again congratulate the class of 2018. We will now begin the presentation of the diploma covers. I'm going to ask everyone on the stage to please rise. Seniors, follow the directions that were provided to you when you practice. So at this time, Ms. Harold is telling me we want all seniors to have a seat. Okay.
Sandy Botros, Ahmed Abdelkader, Fawad Abdurrabu, Anyara Acevedo, Maliha Akhtar, Jermeen Ecladios, Jude El-Said, Nelson Alejo, Hussein Ali, Muhammad Ali, Zainab Ali, Nicole Alvarado, Sarah Anwar, Pedro Arauz, Asma Ashraf, Faizan Aslim, Hazim Anton, Taiba Adam, Melanie Avila,